Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing? Grab your coffee. Definitely a snack or two. Let's get into it. I'm sorry for the past few days. I've only uploaded one video a day, but I have been extremely busy with my kids. Okay. A lot of you know that I have a 12-year-old and a 7-year-old. Okay. They are my niece and nephew. And yes, I do take care of my niece and nephew. Okay. So I've been extremely busy with back to school things because our kids go back to school on August 10th. So school clothes shopping, school supply shopping, busy mom, getting things done, So that's why I have only been doing one video a day. But with getting, school stuff done, it gets a little crazy pants around here. So, all right, so I have quite a few things to talk about today, okay? And the first thing is I know you guys love the PDFs, okay? So I have a wonderful PDF to give away today, okay? And you guys are going to want this, all right? And it is a PDF of all of the products that are being recalled from Family Dollar, all right? And this is 11 pages long. So if you want this PDF, please email me and I will email it back to you. Okay, so let's go through some emails and I'm going to be putting up some pictures because this stuff comes directly from you guys. So this is the real news. Okay, so let's get to it. This community member, she said, you might want to remind your viewers to go outside their cities and check out small and or ethnic stores for supplies. Examples from last week. Dozen of small bags of tiny potatoes to microwave. Some were literally rotting or growing on the shelf. No date or origin or expiration date. I bought some to plant. A bunch of sealed packages of chicken thighs were on deep discount since a new shipment of them came in, so I bought the lot. And they were still within the expiration date. Name brand vacuum sealers. Heavy plastic bags are available. I bought a small sealer and a roll of uncut bags. There are a lot more there too. So, and she's in West Virginia. So, these are really great things to really look into, so you're just not, going to big box stores or like Walmart's, Targets, like things like that, go to the smaller stores. You'd never know what kind of gems you're really going to find, So on to this. Oh, Lord, this is funny. This community member sent this to me. Commercial break. The meteorologist made a boo-boo. Supposed to be 99. Oh, gosh, look at this. Yeah, hotter than the hinges of hell. 999 degrees. Gee. Okay, so this community member, she wrote in and she said a week and a half ago, Nina, which is her daughter, okay, Nina's doctor sent a refill for her Distat, which is her seizure med, okay? It's a rescue med, on Monday the 18th. And I spoke with the pharmacy about picking up the medication, and they said they would order it and that they didn't have any in stock. I'm going through the same darn thing, not with a seizure med, because they always have my seizure meds on stock, but it's another medication that they just can't seem to get the medication in for some reason. Stranger than strange, right? The pharmacy stated that they couldn't get any Distat until the end of next month. And then they tried to send me to a faraway pharmacy to pick up the med, but I refused, as the pharmacy we use is within walking distance. Should the van break down, I know we can get back home. So I called the main office for the pharmacy on Friday and made a complaint. And this morning I was able to get Nina's meds from the pharmacy that we use. One thing that really struck me as odd, both the pharmacy and the main office stated that the Distat is a rare med. Really? I know for a fact it's a very common seizure rescue med. After picking up that med, me and Nina went to the Smart and Final, and I was surprised to see how it looked empty in spots. They always make it look like it's fully stocked, never gaps. Today I saw gaps, and some things just were not in the store. Not much bakery goods, no cakes, no cupcakes, no bread. It was on the shelf, but it was all frozen. Frozen? Really? And she said no turkey or chicken lunch meat in the brand that I always get there. And the vanilla yogurt I used for Nina's meds was out. But they had peach, plus more things just not there. After we were done shopping, I think Nina saw something wrong, someone doing something. As I was getting her into her car seat, Nina pointed to two men at a car. She made some loud grunting noises. Now, Nina is nonverbal. She can hear, she can see, but she can't speak, okay? So because Nina is special needs, which I love you, Nina, if you're watching. Hi, baby. And she said, and tried to get out of the van to run. And even after we got home, she was still agitated. And I finally got her calmed down, and she's now sleeping. And this is truly one of those times I wish she could speak. And after Nina wakes up, I will put on one of my videos. Oh, thank you. Nina always gives you a smile and waves and throws you a kiss. Well, that's for you, Nina. I love you, sweetheart. All right, so now on to this. Another community member, she got a hold of me. She said, so I got to thinking about if the electric goes out. And while it's still hot out, what to do. So I purchased this, and it's pictured below, so I'll put the picture up for you. That way I can run an extension cord to my generator and keep cool somewhat. Just thought I would share the idea. Okay, yeah. Sean and I were actually thinking about doing this too. You can get like a package of 4 of these and stuff like that, and they're really not expensive. It's like you can get 4 of them for like $250, I think it is. And you pour water into the top of it, or you could just do ice cubes or whatever, and there's like a reservoir in it. And yeah, these are really good to have because Sean and I are looking into getting these as well. One for the bedroom, one for the living room, and one for each of the bedrooms, you know, because of the kids being here now, because we're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to do that now. Yeah. So we're going to have to change things around again. Yeah, I know. So here's a picture of what she's talking about. All right, so here's something for you. A community member, put this up and she said, I thought this might be useful, but I think it might be off on the freezer life, in my honest opinion. All right, so this is a refrigeration guide about products, how long to refrigerate, how long to freeze, and it's butter, soft cheese, hard cheese, margarine, milk, buttermilk, sour cream, yogurt, eggs, egg whites, hard boiled eggs, bacon, sausage raw, sausage smoked, ham cooked, ham canned, hot dogs, roast uncooked, steak uncooked, pre-stuffed pork, chicken or turkey, and then fish. So I will put this up. So what I would do is pause the video if you want to write everything down. Here you go. And this community member wrote in and she said, with all the prices rising, I wanted to let you know where I currently live is known for agriculture and dairy farming. With that said, a farmer told me in the store the other day that if you think prices are high now, wait until winter, when animals tend to slow down a bit, hence all the hormones they have to give the dairy cows to keep them producing. And right now, the government is trying to stop production on farmers. With that said, buy your dairy products and freeze them. Okay, so you know how I just put up that picture with how long you can freeze things and stuff like that. But like the other community member said, she's a little on, how long to freeze this, that, and this, that, and this, that. Okay, well, I put butter in the freezer for like a year and it's fine. Milk, I have frozen milk for 4 months. What I do is take the cap off, pour a little bit out, because you got to leave some room for when it expands because it'll go up. So pour a little bit out, put the cap back on, and then you could put it in the freezer for about 4 months. Now, when you take that milk out of the freezer and put it in the fridge, make sure you use it up within a week. Okay. Now, will it take turn colors? I don't remember if it does or not, but still in all, you can freeze milk for up to 4 months. Okay, butter, I've done that. Had butter in the freezer for a year. It's fine. Cheese, I've had shredded cheese in the freezer for a year. It's fine. You know what I mean? But I always repackage my cheese with my food saver. Okay, so, there's, as long as you are making sure your stuff does not get like freezer burnt and you are repackaging things properly and things like that, it's fine in the freezer. It really is. So she said, with that, buy your dairy products and freeze them. Don't be caught off guard. And what if there is a limit, if any, to buy in the future? Exactly. So, like if you have kids, okay, prime example, 7-year-old and 12-year-old. Okay, Dominic he drinks milk like it's going out of style. So he doesn't realize that I'm giving him powdered milk. So, yeah, I stock up on powdered milk like crazy. But he doesn't realize it because I mix it up and I put it in a container in the fridge. He doesn't understand. He doesn't get it. He doesn't know the difference. He really doesn't, Especially when you're putting it over cereal. Tastes the same, seriously. Or if you're mixing it in with chocolate milk or strawberry milk, it tastes the same, man. He's 7. What does he know? So she said, where am I? Okay, so I also found a better way to store my liquid milk, which I would use up before using my powdered milk or canned milk. Yes, right on. But I really don't buy liquid milk. I really don't. Because, like, before we got the kids, I just don't buy it. It would literally sit in the fridge and go bad. So I was just like, I'm just going to buy powdered milk because the only time I ever buy milk is if I have to cook with it, you know? So she said to stockpile your milk, simply use a vacuum seal bag, um, seal from the bottom, fill with milk, freeze it upright first. Then, after after is up, where am I? After is frozen, I seal the other end up and place in my deep freezer. Okay, that's a good way of doing it. Simple as that. So when you go to use it, pull it up out of the freezer, place in fridge or in the sink upright and snip the edge, allowing you to pour in a pitcher. Okay. Or as I did, I have a glass milk jar. Oh, or a cleaned out gallon jug. Just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. Okay, that's a really great idea. Thank you. All right, that's a really great idea. I would have never thought to do it that way. Hmm. Okay, so on to this. A community member wrote in and he said, I took these pictures today at Target in Columbus, Ohio. Almost all of the refrigerated and frozen food was gone. The cases were empty. I asked an employee what happened, and she said the store lost power due to a storm. There was a thunderstorm in Columbus 2 days ago, but it was not severe. Also, Kroger store in the same shopping center was fine. I think they just needed the excuse to get rid of the food. I know from your channel and others that this is happening all over the country. Yes, it is. Okay, let me look at the picture. What the heck? Currently unavailable. There's milk in there and it says currently unavailable. Currently unavailable. Currently unavailable. Look at this. And you know how, what was it? Yeah, yesterday or the day before yesterday, I was talking about how a woman, uh, someone came on her property over a 6 foot concrete wall, went onto her deck and stole all of her plants and her pots. It happened to somebody else. She said, we got hit by the garden thieves also. I have a backyard garden, but we also have a big garden 13 miles from home in the country. We kind of expected it to happen at some point. Luckily, we had a bumper crop this year, and I've canned and froze plenty of it. We showed up Friday morning to pick up produce. Someone took all the squash, zucchini, and the tomatoes. Hey, she said, hey, I needed a break anyway. I just hope it was somebody who truly needed it. I hope it was a blessing to someone. It's crazy times we live in, but I refuse to go out there myself, even though I'm always armed. Folks have gotten crazier these days. Head on a swivel. Thanks for keeping us updated. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Guys, how can we protect our gardens? How can we do it? I'm being serious here. How can we do it? I mean, what do we have to do? Chain everything together? Even then, they would probably bring, like, what are they called? To break the chains. Anyway. Oh my gosh. So, on to this, a community member, she wrote in, and she's like, my husband came home for lunch and told me that his coworker just bought $1 million bill from Venezuela and he paid $2.35 US money for it. How is that even possible? Okay. Uh, Moving right along, this community member got a hold of me and said my local Walgreens in Elmwood Park, Illinois has no milk. And here's a picture. Due to milk plant closures, we are currently out of stock on 1 gallon and half-gallon milk. And before I go, this community member wrote in and said, with regard to your most recent video, about 1.5 years ago, I was watching a fairly long video, and deep in the comments section of said video, a person wrote, why is the Army setting up concentration camps on American soil? Yeah, I had done a video a very long time ago about this. It's the Army, the National Guard, and another branch. They are doing this, and they are actually hiring for it. Okay, and they actually, I think it was Indeed.com or something like that. They actually put job postings up that they need people for this. Yeah. And it said, he goes on to say, I haven't looked recently, and honestly, I'm too scared to. But I researched the comment and have attached a few pics of what I found to this email. For quite a while, the Army, the National Guard, and several private companies might still be, were advertising on their respective websites as well as the job site Indeed. Yeah, they still are. Ongoing, urgently hitting resettlement specialists for internment camps. I tried sounding the alarms by telling any and everyone who would listen. Plus, reached out to several content creators, small, medium, and large followings, and over a 6-month period, I must have sent and resent over 20, 30 emails. There was one guy with a small following on BitChute who thanked the anonymous tip and very briefly mentioned the camps. So what it's worth, since you just made a video about the camps in New York, I figured I'd try this one last time to get the word out. Yeah. It was a very long time ago. I had talked about this. I've known about this for a long time. And yeah, and it's very true. It's very true. They are still hiring. When are these camps going to get up and running? I have no idea. What are they actually for? I do not know. I don't recall. I don't remember. Um, this is awful. It's terrible, but it's very, very true. Okay. Uh, I don't know if this is for like a military jail or if it's for civilians. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've known about this for quite some time. Yeah, and it's disgusting, but it's, you know, it's the one thing that, we should all be concerned about because, will they put us in there for not complying? You know. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. You keep prepping, and as always, fearless.